What up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another dope reaction for you. Well, we're reacting to NightFoxx's brand new video, and this one is called "Was MrBeast Squid Game Fake?" Now, I'm really interested to see what this says. We reacted to NightFoxx for the first time last week, I believe it was, or maybe a week and a half ago, of him with behind the scenes of being on Squid Game. So I'm really interested to see this. But before we jump into the video, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to NightFoxx as well. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo, woo. Oh, it's game time.
Was MrBeast Squid Game faked? Was there anyone who cheated? Why didn't I just sprint across the stupid glass instead of just standing there looking like an idiot?
Did someone answer these questions for me?
Hi, my name's NightFoxx and I was a contestant on Squid Game. Basically, what I'm saying is, I know what happened behind the scenes because I was there. I scoured the internet and found some of the most asked questions from popular YouTubers and viewers alike. This video will answer them. Let's get started.
Ooh,
there was a news article and various YouTube videos going around stating that MrBeast Squid Game was faked. Let me address these rumors head on. There is no way this game was faked. The money was real, got paid the day the video was released. The contestant
$456,000. God, that's so much money.
Were real. Some were just switched around to mimic the numbers of the show, and the sets were mostly real. In fact, I can say this news article source is actually just from a contestant over on TikTok who got out first round and didn't think he moved.
I didn't think I moved, and I wanted to see the footage, but obviously it's not in a video, nor could they, show us on set.
But I mean, there's 456 players here. What are they supposed to do? Have everybody pause and reset?
If you burst and you didn't move, there's a phone number in the back. That is 1-800-WE-DO-NOT-CARE.
I mean, sure, a bunch of numbers on a screen and human error potentially could have someone pressing the wrong number, but that's hardly proof of being fake. Something that the TikToker did actually talk about.
A contestant who took part of the MrBeast real-life Squid Game has claimed it's rigged. I never said it was rigged.
And since we are on the subject of red light, green light,
How do they spot everyone?
above us were 60 motion sensing cameras tied to a big monitor station in the back with a bunch of people watching it. Then on top of that, there were like 60 guards along the wall watching us.
If you moved, you got caught. He got. He got.
As well. As soon as anyone saw any movement, their number was tapped.
Oh, where do you even get all these outfits? Did he have like a custom costume person make all these?
About 2 weeks before the games, we were all asked to give our clothing and shoe sizes. When we arrived at the locations to pick up our uniforms, we were all given out our numbers in alphabetical order by first name. So Aaron Avery, totally made that name up.
Aaron
right now
was given 001, and Zelda Zebra, I don't know any Z words, okay, leave me alone, got 456. Of course, then, like I said, some of the numbers were changed around so that 001 could be the old man, and 456 was this guy.
Literally the main character.
Let's go!
There was also some people who couldn't make the games last minute, and so some alternates took their place. Of course, this meant that some of the contestants had to wear uniforms that didn't actually fit them. In fact, one dude was like 6'8", and his pants looked more like capris. He got out in honeycomb, had the umbrella. Didn't stand a chance. Sadly, I will say most of the uniforms were actually disposed of after the games, or maybe they were kept in a space. I don't actually know what you would do with 456 really smelly uniforms, but hey, no judgment here, MrBeast.
I would totally have asked to keep my uniform for real. Like, I'd put it in a shadow box. Like, that'd be hella dope.
They did it to keep things more under wraps so people wouldn't go blabbing about the game, them being in the games before the video was posted.
Can't keep
but
secrets.
Some people did manage to sneak out their uniforms. Garbage smelling BO everywhere. It was bad, okay? Look, every day we would go, we would change it into uniforms, we'd wear them all day, and then at the end of the day, we would change out of them, put them in a little bag, thinking they were gonna be washed, only to find out the next day that they weren't. And then we did it 4 days in a row. You can imagine how bad everybody was smelling on that 4th day. I mean, it smelled like we all died, which kind of makes sense for the coffins, maybe. I don't know. I didn't take my number though. Also, do you remember in one of my previous videos when I mentioned the sky in the first round was CGI'd in? Yeah, that's because there was actually a deleted scene from Squid Game that was supposed to be in that helped sell us being outside. This was the shot.
100 and 56,000. 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 100 and
also previously mentioned that this set was actually built at a rodeo arena, but in total, MrBeast had 3 different sets. There was the Tug of War and Glass Bridge set. They were shot in the same spot, and crews worked to break down the Tug of War set and build up the Glass Bridge set while we were all doing the Dachi and the marble game at the 3rd location.
Oh,
the
wow.
honeycomb room was also there too.
Wow.
There was about a 45-minute bus ride between the 3 locations, and filming literally took all day, every day.
How long were these people on set for? Did they buy everyone hotel rooms?
I think the longest day we actually spent filming was 15 hours. Yes, that means all of us merch winners and people flown in were given hotel rooms while we played.
And do you think anyone is sleeping in those beds? Because they don't look comfortable.
No, we didn't sleep in the bunker room, as most of the beds are actually just plywood with sheets put on top of them. I will say though, the moment you were eliminated, you were shipped out and you didn't actually get to see what happened next. So only the top 6 in the final round knew who even won before the video came out. There was also a lot of wait time in between the sets where all of us contestants and sometimes guards would just come out and hang out with us. I mean, I personally ate lunch with Chandler and Karl and became friends with Chris. He follows me on Twitter now. Hey Chris, how's it going, man? Speaking of lunch, they did actually provide us food all day, every day, and I actually still have one of my Beast Bucks where basically you would give this to one of the caterers who was there, and you would get it in exchange for food. So, hey,
MrBeast burgers?
The type of food we had Starbucks, we had hibachi, we had Olive Garden, Chick-fil-A, you know, that sort of stuff. And also, while we're on the subject for in-between sets, this is also the point where I saw most of the YouTubers who were there in the games. I think to keep things more in line with the show, though, MrBeast wanted to keep everyone participating to be completely random, which is why most of the YouTubers chosen were guards. And I'm just a weird outlier. I was chosen because I bought this shirt, and it was probably done accidentally because they chose me before knowing who I was. So yeah, every popular YouTuber there was a guard. I mean, there was Albert/Flamingo. Fundy was there. Karios, however you say his name, dude who plays Brawl Stars all the time. He was there. Karl, of course. Ranboo showed up, and a few others that I can't name off the top of my head. A lot of the guards actually didn't take their mask off, so hey, you know, maybe Dream was there. In the honeycomb game, a lot of people were asking
Hold on. They put it on the big guy.
asking about licking the candy or switching lines when they found a lot of people were asking about licking the candy or I can't. He was there. Karl, of course. Ranboo showed up, and a few others that I can't name off the top of my head. A lot of the guards actually didn't take their mask off, so hey, you know, maybe Dream.
I'm sorry. I love this. Dream's been revealed. Oh, Dream. Okay.
Was there. In the honeycomb game, a lot of people were asking about licking the candy or switching lines when they found out which shape they were.
An easy way to cheat in this one is to simply move to another line, because there was never really any perfect lines.
Listen, they had cameras in this room too, and also had guards lined against the wall, specifically watching for those trying to jump lines. They said if they caught anyone doing so, they would be eliminated, and all of us just thought it was better not to risk it. Also, upon completing our cookie, we had to actually show it to someone on a table outside the door to the set to confirm that it was indeed finished. Anyone who dropped their cookie on the way out the door or ate it would be eliminated, even if they completed it successfully inside the set. This also meant that we couldn't fake say it was together by like holding up 2 broken pieces, or what one person tried to do was put gum on the back of the candy to make it hold in place. Yeah, and as for the licking,
Just suck on it and you're good.
I mean, it was done, but it was nasty. So much spit was involved, and I think they actually tried to discourage it by putting alum on the back of the candy itself. You know alum. It's a substance used for sour candy. It's very bitter, and when you eat it just by itself, it don't taste great. I also got a few questions about the tug of war game. First off, there were 2 all-girl teams, and they went against each other. In fact, most of the matchups, while they were random, they did end up being pretty even. Also, the team that said no girls allowed,
They're just gonna get the strongest. Oh my god, they're doing the no girls allowed. Canceled.
they lost.
Are they actually going up? What did they fall and buy? I'm too dumb for this.
No, we were actually only like 4 feet up. You see the bottom of the foam pit? That's where the ground really was. In fact, the team that actually did the CGI work for this video actually made a video of their own, and it's crazy awesome to see how they did everything. I recommend you watching that after this video. Weirdly, not many people wanted to know anything about the marble game, but the glass bridge is a very hot topic. So many people wanted to know what the glass bridge was made out of, what was at the bottom, why didn't I push someone or just run across instead of just standing there.
Look at this, look at y'all.
Push someone.
See how long you waiting? No! Bro! This would be me right here, bro. Look. Playing hopscotch, bro. Bro, I be playing hopscotch, man. Bro, you got enough time to just dip, man. You know what I mean? Just keep on moving.
All right.
I'm guessing they were told that they had to stay there for like 15 seconds to find out if they would drop or not.
Hey, calm down, Skippy. Believe me,
Skippy.
That's exactly what I wanted to do too. We weren't allowed to. You know, pushing anyone for any reasons was an immediate disqualification. And not just for this game, but like for every game. Safety was always one of their top concerns. That's also why I looked like this when I went down. I mean, it's no secret, I was one of the bigger people left. I'm not even sure I was short enough to fit inside the coffins at the end. But basically, they asked everyone, including me, to put our hands out in front of us after jumping so the metal frame wouldn't hit us on the way down should we fall. Yes, that means the glass bridge was a metal one controlled by hydraulics and could hold up to 2,000 pounds each, which is why the set immediately didn't break when there was like 50 million people on one square. We couldn't just skip across because there was a delay in the hydraulics. So when we jumped on a square, someone off screen actually had to give us the go ahead before we moved again. That's why you see everybody waiting after we jumped. When we did fall though, we actually did fall into a foam pit, but it was only like 3 feet down. I actually had to squat or else you would still see half of my body when I fell through. Hey man, I basically just played an awesome stunt man, and I'm available for work if anybody wants to hire me. I'll also mention this because it didn't make in the video. There was actually a VIP room where the Brawl Star execs and big YouTubers like Flamingo were sitting in it with animal masks on. It was cool to see them watching us from the platform and really help sell the entire atmosphere. A lot of people asked about prizes and how much he ended up giving out total. All right, here's the breakdown. 456 people got $2,000, which wasn't really even talked about in the video. He did kind of mention that people in one round got it.
But don't worry, because they're all walking away with $2,000 in cash.
In reality, everybody at the Squid Games got the money. I wish I could just play off giving away $912,000. Then 22 people who left before the token.
I mean, yes, literally, he didn't like say that everybody got that money. He literally just like nonchalantly paid out $1 million. Wow, that's why I say he's the Oprah of YouTube.
The war game got $4,000 each. Then second place got $10,000 and the grand prize winner got $456,000. That means the grand total of the prize money given out overall was $1,466,000. And yet people are still trying to cancel the guy. Amateurs. Also, I will point out one thing from when I saw Jimmy was how shy he and his crew could be. I mean, one of the first things he said to all 456 of us standing there at the first was how nervous he was to film in front of us all. Meeting them in real life, you probably wouldn't even know if they were famous, you know, unless you like opened up YouTube ever. Now, the only question I have left to answer, was there any cheating? Man, I honestly thought about not even answering. I kind of went back and forth on it. There's a few instances of cheating. There were some that were deliberate, you know, Chris giving out the lighter. Some were just really good strats. Clearly this dude's played 1 or 2 games of musical chair before. But I can actually think of 2 instances where someone did actually do some cheating. While we were playing the Dachi game during MrBeast Brawl Stars sponsored segment, we were instructed to all throw at the same time only once. One guy though kept throwing his twice, essentially doubling his chances to try to flip it over. He was caught and his Dachis were actually just, like, taken away. The second instance, there are literally only 3 people who know about it. Well, and now all you guys. I'm not gonna give out any names, but someone in the top 16 friend actually borrowed one of the guards' phones and looked up Korean numbers prior to choosing the number vest for the Glass Bridge game. Don't worry, it wasn't the winner, but one of the other 15, not me, one of the other 14 contestants actually did do it. They were actually going to the bathroom in between filming and saw the number vest being put on the mannequins. So when they returned from the bathroom, they asked a guard to borrow a phone real quick to look up something. The guard, not paying attention, handed over their phone, and then this contestant looked up Korean numbers 1 through 100. I only found this out afterwards when I was at the airport and I saw the guard. Then they were telling me this story. We looked up the browsing history on their phone and saw that, you know, that's what they looked up. So to that person who cheated, I know what you did. You sneaky. Anyway, I'm sure there's a million other questions that come up. Courage actually mentioned making a podcast episode with MrBeast about some Squid Game behind the scenes.
I'm gonna ask for MrBeast to come on our podcast.
However, if you want to see more about my personal experience in the games and also to answer this question,
How are they this bad at red light, green light?
How does someone get out in green light, red light? I mean, I would have been so careful.
How bad can you be? It's so easy. It's a child's game.
just check out this video here. Thanks for watching.
Oh, holy cow, that was loud. All right, let me bring you in, chat. Let me bring you in. Man, NightFoxx, I am loving your videos, and especially these ones about, well, all I've seen are the ones about Squid Game, if I'm being real, but this was awesome. And for the people who can't, I mean, come on, like, this is why today's day and age, it just drives me nuts. Like, MrBeast did an amazing thing, something that's never been done on YouTube before. I mean, he changed the lives of so many people and recreated one of the biggest shows ever and made a game show out of it. And excuse me, sorry, I always get hiccups on my outro. It's weird, but, and did such an amazing job of it. And people are trying to cancel him. Like, come on, stop it. Enough. Enough is enough. MrBeast did something amazing. And hence why it's got like, I mean, matter of fact, let me bring you back in. This, I think it's above 146 million views in 9 days. Now that is insane, chat. But I had an absolute blast reacting to this, and if you enjoyed the video, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Make sure you subscribe to MrBeast's channel and make sure you subscribe to NightFoxx. Again, this was awesome. For anyone who thinks that, you know, the game was fake, come on now, let's be real. But enjoy your weekend, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind to one another, and that's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Kind of my love for the Sauce Gang. Peace. Have a Merry Christmas, fam. Booyah!